Hey guys, Miss Towery here. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about pointillism today. Hopefully you've already watched the video showing you how to do pointillism with paint and color and all about George Seurat. I wanted to give a little bit more of a tutorial on how to use other things than paint to create pointillism pieces, since most of us don't have paint at home. You can use almost anything that can make a mark. So pencils, pens, markers, colored pencils, crayons, sidewalk chalk, just about anything to make a pointillism piece. So I'm going to go through that, and what I'm hoping for this week is that this piece will last probably 2 or 3 days if you're working 30 minutes a day. And then you'll be able to catch up on any work that you have missed or fallen behind on in my class. And that way we're all caught up for next week. And we'll probably switch back to videos, okay? If you're really liking the art making and want to leave me a comment to tell me that this is kind of your jam, I am more than happy to do more art making based projects for next week and the week to follow, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this project, you are going to be doing a 4x4 piece of artwork. That's the smallest we want to go. That way I can still see what you're drawing, but it's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to take very long. That way we're not spending a ton of time making art, okay? Because I know you guys have other classes to work on too. So here is an example using pen and marker. Marker is going to be on this side. I used just a black Sharpie and a blue Sharpie, which I have misplaced, so I can't show you that. It looked kind of like this, except a darker blue. And then on the other side, I used pen, just a regular ballpoint pen, and then a blue pen to do some of the background. So either one of those will work. This technique is good for pencil as well. And so I'm going to do just a little demo down here to show you how I made these marks. And then we'll move on to showing you colored pencil. So sorry if this is a little bumpy. I'm going to set you up here for just a second. See if it'll focus. There we go. Okay, so with pen and marker, pointillism is based on mark making. So the closer your marks are together, the darker it's going to look. So here in the middle, I'm going to put my dots really close together, and as I get further away from them, it's going to be further apart, and it should look a little bit lighter, okay? So you get kind of a gradient effect. If you are in basic drawing and design, you have seen this before. It's called stippling, all right? I know that you have seen that in my class, and you can do this with any color. So if you have lots of colors of markers, then this will still work. It's going to make it darker if you put it closer together and lighter if you put them farther apart. Okay, this is with the Sharpie. Closer together, it's going to be darker. As you get farther away, those things are separating. It's going to be lighter. Now, the size of the dot also makes a difference. This back here almost looks darker than this right here, because those dots are bigger. So the bigger the dots, the darker it's going to look. The finer the dots, the lighter it can look, depending on how far apart they are. And it will also make your details a little bit finer if you do those dots closer together. Okay, so I'm going to move you guys closer over here to the colored pencil. This was just my sketch here in the middle. But, okay, colored pencil. When you start with color, this can be any medium. You could be using pen, you could be using oil pastel, paint, whatever you are using. If you're doing color and allowing for that color mixing when you stand farther apart or farther away, by just putting the dots closer together, you want to start by using your base color. So I've finished up this pair right here, but this pair I've just gotten started. So I've just put my base color down because I know that I want it to be the main color of the pair to be green. I want to start with that. Then what I'm going to do is I like to go around the edges. So depending on where I want it darkest, so like right here would be kind of dark. I'm going to go through and add in one of my darker colors. I'm going through with brown right now. Just adding in those dots and starting my layering process, okay? It's okay if your dots overlap. So from there, I can go in with whatever colors I'm planning on doing. So I'm using a little bit of orange. I'm going to use a little bit of red. Okay. And wherever I want that color to go, I will just stipple it through. I can still see that my main color is green, but then I have these nice shadows and that nice color mixing as I back off. Okay. Some people will go through with their lightest colors first, and that's totally fine too. I like to know about where my shadows are, and then as I start to complete my work, I work kind of in layers. So once I get one section where I want it, I go back with another color, and then I will go kind of back and forth until I have the entire composition done. Each artist is going to be different, so however you feel comfortable making, that is totally up to you. So if you have any questions about this, please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not looking for, Leonardo da Vinci style work here. I want to know that you understand pointillism. I want to see your work ethic. So try hard. We've got 4 by 4 inches. If you want to do something bigger, you can. If you want to do something that's not as simple as fruit, that's up to you, okay? You get to choose your subject matter on this. You get to choose your medium. So if you want to use pen, pencil, marker, colored pencil, crayon, sidewalk chalk, that's up to you. This is due Friday. Please, please, please let me know if you've got any questions, and I will be here to answer them. Thank you guys. Have a great week.